Cool. I think that works. Hey! How's it going? You're gonna love today's episode on this creative series about rail. Because in the last episode, we worked on the tree farm you see behind me. And I've made some changes since then. But I thought in this episode, we really need to convert the wood into charcoal. Because then we can get our locomotives underway. So, let's get started. So, just a quick update on what I've actually changed since then, and I do apologise, this little piece at the beginning here is going to be a little laggy because this tree farm has got very busy, and it's doing a lot of chunk updates at once, which slows down the game. But once we finish this and we move on to the next section, it'll be all good. So, I'm just going to show you though what's changed, and what's actually happened. As you can see along here, we've got little lights from Project Red, which are just colouring each line. So we've got pink on this side, and we've got pink on this side, and we've got yellow, white on that side, and white on that side, and then so on and so forth, all the way down. And I'll show you why that is in a second. But another thing I've changed is you'll note that there is now a cart detector next to each rail with a controller on it. And what that's let me do is I now send a signal back to the control room where the sequencers are to change the sequencer every time a cart goes past, which means that I've split it up into 4 different segments plus 5 for the middle layer, and a cart can wait on a lock-in track. So if something's already on this piece of the track, a cart can sit here while something's moving on, and the sequence is a lot faster, so it's improved the efficiency quite a bit. But the reason, of course, if I go down here into our little control room, you can see that down here we've got little lights which indicate where the carts are. So each one of the lit lights is actually indicating that there's a cart on that track, and it just gives an idea on where everything is and what we're doing. As you can see, there's quite a few carts running on the track now, which is really cool. You'll also note that here is very large amount of sequencers. So we're going to receive from the back there. It sends a signal into the sequencer. And of course the ones in the front here are just the original controllers we had, which is sending it back so that we could activate each piece. Now I've emptied this out just before I started recording, and as you can see we're making a lot of stuff. If we head up here, there is this cool little town area over here, which I thought looked really cool. It actually looks to me a little bit like a factory. I thought this would be a perfect place to have some form of factory or production line or something, because you've got this big building here which connects into another building, and it just looks like a factory. So I thought what we'd do is we'd build the charcoal farm here. On top of that, there's actually a station right here. So we can connect up the rail line that goes between here and this other piece where it ends, and run our trains along here, which would be great. And it's only 600 meters away. So let's do that. I'm just going to jump in here, find the entrance somewhere. So we head into here, we can see that it actually does have some really nice feel to it. And I was thinking what we could do is run up to the second level here. I think it's the second level. The third level might be no, this should be perfect for what I want. And as you can see, there are some spawners in here, so let's just take those out first. 1 and 2. Because we don't really want things spawning in here. We'll place in some blocks there. We'll take you out. Sword. Golden sword. Because you don't get to normally use golden swords, so... Sorry, Mr. Spider. I would like some factory workers, but I don't think you can control the machines. So I'm just going to clear this room out a little bit, make it a little bigger, so we've got some room to work with for cables and stuff, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I cleaned up the room. I've just lowered it down one and increased it by one. Just gives a little bit of room to work with the machines and put cables down and all those types of things. So what I was thinking would do though is I'm going to need to do some smelting. What have we got in terms of smelteries on here? No, advanced. Yep, we can use advanced smelting factory. That'd be brilliant. What about cabling? I think we've got transports pipes in here. Advanced logistics, cool. And generators. Leaf eating generator, oil generator. Cool, perfect. Look at that. Okay, so the only other thing we need is probably some power cabling. Universal cable, that would be awesome. Okay. So, what I was thinking we'd do is we need to generate, initially we need to generate power. So, what we'll do is we will place in probably some cabling on the, piping on the floor along here. So we can insert our charcoal into the bottom, hopefully. Place a coal generator on top. Probably don't need that many. Maybe to there. And behind that, we will need to, of course, place in some universal cabling so we can run power out of them. Oops. Hopefully this will work. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to need quite a bit of power. Let me just grab some charcoal. Place that from there. Place that in there. Will it work? Cool. Generates power. Awesome. And we will need to run our power cabling probably around here. Run it a little back maybe. It's about there. We'll run how we're in advanced smelters there. And the idea, of course, is to run a row of these. I don't really want to. I want to be able to fill them in easily. So let's just figure this up. So auto eject. In fact, I'm going to cancel all those because we're in creative. Go into here. Figure them up so it's on auto eject. Turn all these off because it doesn't actually say which side's what, which makes it really hard to find things. So let's go like that. Configurator with these guys. We want to pull the energy in from there. So hold down sneak, click on there. Energy. We will place a output, input. Let's get output there, and we'll run a input from the bottom, like that. We'll clone this guy, run it along here, like that. And we will need to do something similar on the top, but I think I'll leave that for, yeah, we'll do one along the top too. So we'll run some power cable along here, once again from the back. We will run the same guy here, but there, and I want to change, the power comes in from there. We want to make this the blue, and we'll make that the red. And then we'll clone that one, and pull it across here. Like that. Nice little collection. Run a transporter probably along here so we can insert our items. I think, is that what we want to do? that going to work? I don't know if that's going to work. So that there was the input side. Okay, so we don't want to input. We don't want to input there, we want to input from here. That. Because the idea is we want to input our oak wood into the bottom and take our charcoal from the middle. Like this. And that will send it through that way. Do this on the top here, of course. And then one there. We will run this over to here and then down. Connect it up to this guy, which will be there. And then one there for good luck. And of course the idea in the end is we will actually have this connecting up to the trains somehow. But for now we'll just put a chest in here for testing purposes. We want to set this to take items out. So put on pull mode. And we'll put some oak into there and see what happens. Oak. Place it in there. You can see the items you've pulled off. Awesome. Of course they're all going to there. And I'm not sure if there's any power. Is the power being generated? It's connected. I suppose the power's all going. Okay, let's okay, what I need to do, let's change this guy. So let's take that out, put it there. We'll put another cable there, set it to pull. And then we will get a sorter here. And stick it there. We'll go into here, create a new filter for item stack. We want to place our oak. So only oak will go into the system. Place that into there, left click. Set it to a maximum of one item with size mode enabled and save. And round robin. So what that should do, stick that into there. What's going on? Is that there maybe? Round robin, new filter, item stack, wood, maximum 1, size mode on, default allow yes, save. There we go, perfect. Okay, cool. So as you can see, what it's doing now is it's taking all the items that are in here. We'll put all those in there as well. It's taking all the items that are in here and it's filtering them individually into all of these furnaces or smelters. Now we probably want to do something similar for the generators. I'm not sure why we're not getting any power. Maybe I need to tell it we need power. We need to extract power. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it looks like we have to actually tell it to. There we go. Very loud. We have to tell them to actually extract power or they won't work, which is strange. I wasn't expecting that, but it looks like that works. So if we go into here, oh, and we can see the coal going in. At least I think it's going in. Yep. Oh yeah, we're getting power. Cool. Not making as much noise, but they are definitely making power, which is good. Let's add, I can see some coal going that way, charcoal going that way. We probably need to add another one of these guys. Thinking we'll put another chest in about here. Like that, so all the charcoal will go into there. That's finished. We'll grab another one of these routers, stick it there, and set it so that it will pick up on charcoal. So charcoal, place it there like that. Go a maximum of 1 per time. Size mode on. Don't really matter if it's default. We'll go save. And then, of course, that will take the charcoal out and stick it into the first mission. That's not what I wanted. No, round robin on. That's what I want. And hopefully that'll generate power. It's required. It's 1. We probably need some more wood. The problem is, let's make some more wood for over here. Oak. Place it in there. It's going to get very loud. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so that works pretty well. Now the last thing we want to do is probably set up a transporter over here with a chest so that anything that's left at the end will end up in here. Now one of the problems that these sorters don't have is you can't say a maximum. Well, actually you might be able to say a maximum. I think that only had a yes, a maximum. Yeah, so that's. So what that's going to do, of course, is put one in each of these, and it's going to rotate around. Same with the chest. So we'll slowly fill this up with charcoal while we're filling these guys here up. Once these guys are all full and they're generating power at a full rate, it'll then fill this chest up, and this is what we'll extract and send back to the trains down at the station. So I think that's pretty much that process. Okay, it's a little loud in here, but as you can see, all the smelteries are running at full wall, and I've rearranged things a little bit from the last time we saw it. We used to have the generators along here, but I thought I'd move them out of there and move them into this room here. One, because it's much quieter, and I can stop yelling when I'm in here. And there's just a few more generators in here than there were in the other room. Same process as before. As you can see, the coal's going down inside the room there. It's going down into here. Well, it's actually going into a sorter on a chest. The sorter then chooses one of these generators to run off. If there's not enough room, then it will send it through the chest. It's just around inside here. But overall, it looks like everything is working. But I'll move out of there because it is very noisy. It's like being in a generator room. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to end the episode here. If you enjoyed the episode, please do hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Questions, comments, suggestions, or just want to say that was very loud, leave a comment down below. But otherwise, have a great day, and